Man, all those cads better watch out. Their bane approaches. Get it? Because Cad Bane. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today, we're going to talk about the best 5v5 teams in this season, folks. This wonderful giving season. We're going to give our opponents a headache every time they face our GAC defenses. I promise you that I vaguely hope that happens. I also have a 5v5 best offensive teams video released at the exact same time as this one, and you don't want to miss that one. There's all kinds of amazing insights by yours truly, and really, when we talk about the high-grade fish, guys, the shockingly high-grade fish, it's an amazing video, and it's linked in the video description, or if you wait to the end of this video, you can click on it, and you can become a member of my Patreon if you want. That's also in the video. Hopefully you misclick on the offensive teams video and actually click on joining my Patreon. The Christmas dream, or whatever you call it. So, a Christmas miracle, perhaps. Thank you hugely to my patrons. You guys are awesome. If you guys become one of my patrons, yeah, I say things like hugely. Man, I'm really helping my cause here. And if you want to support this channel for free, please, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm. Let's mount it together this time, guys. First time for everything. Let's get going, shall we? It'll be so good. You'll see. You'll see. Alright, so like I said in the offensive teams video, folks, what do you want to be when you grow up? No, I didn't say that, actually. I said, do you want hard mode or not? Because you can put Kenobi on defense, I think, and I don't think there's a team that he's, like, scheduled to take out, because Supreme Leader Kylo takes out all the versions of Great Mothers, as far as I can tell. Supreme Leader Kylo, with his buddies, that you can find out which buddies they are in that offensive teams video, should be able to take out the Great Mothers. That's the big team that I'm the most scared of right now. Now, who knows what Hera is going to bring to the plate? She seems like she's going to be fairly good, and so maybe we'll need Kenobi for something related to that, and maybe we'll need Kenobi to help us take out Glat when she's released. I don't think you need it for Balin or anything, so the question you need to ask yourself, folks, is, are you feeling lucky, punk? And if you're not asking that question, you should also ask yourself, what do you want to do with Kenobi? Because he could be really good on defense, but I think he's also going to help you on offense. If you go with this guide, Kenobi will be your 4th Galactic Legend on defense, so you're not putting a ton of Galactic Legends on defense already. Kenobi will really help bolster your side, your teams, but it also could really hurt you in the long run. There's a lot of teams for offense, but maybe Kenobi possesses a certain set of skills that help you get to the finish line. Your choice, folks. Hard mode with Kenobi, or with Kenobi on defense, or do you want to choose the path of the lazy side and just keep him for offense? Your call. And then you can also choose whether to put Plo with him or Eth. Plo is helpful on offense or on defense. He's better than old Eth, obviously, for obvious reasons. Obvious things are obvious. Now, we have Jabba teams. Wait, I don't know exactly how it's going to impact it, folks. There's a lot of mercs on the Jabba team. I don't think Jabba is actually a merc himself. No, he has so many that there's a +1 more that takes up as much space as just the +1 more. Yeah, Smuggler is literally a smaller box than +1 more. That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, okay. I'm sorry for showing you that really inane thing. But here's the other thing that isn't quite as dumb. Jabba has he has a lot of marks on his team. He has Chrysanthemum, he has Embo, and he could have Cad Bane on the team. Now, Cad Bane is not as good as Skiff-Guard Lando, but if you have the level 6 stun on the team for the mercenaries, you're going to stop a lot of stupid stuff from working against you. Now, of course, there's still other stupid stuff that does work, such as Starkiller can work and he doesn't get stunned, and a lot of the Galactic Legends will probably be okay, but you might stop some incidental stupidity things, and Cad would be nice because he can stun people. Then again, one of his specials is literally to stun his target, so you're gonna have to make that call for yourself, folks. Do you want Skiff-Guard Lando, or do you want the Merc, who's disappointing in pretty much every way, including the Boba Fett live-action show, who he just kind of looked sickly, didn't he? He just looked diseased. So, anyways, you can go with disease carrier Bane or Skando, who might also carry a disease, but he has the kindness, he has the decency to wear a mask and hide it. Now, Rey teams are going to be interesting this season. Someone was telling me that Hera's going to be on that team. You know, the new Hera, she's going to be on this team. I don't really know. I haven't thought tons about her because I'm not going to get her for a long time, at least in a usable form. But Rey is going to have Ezra on a lot of teams. Ezra could be used on offense with Jedi Master Luke or Jedi Revan, stuff I've talked about in the offensive teams video. But I think a lot of people are going to be putting Ezra on Rey this season. I think that's going to be just a thing that we all have to face. We're going to have to face it 9 times. We will do it 9 times. And so just put some Ufus with him, I guess. Like, pretend like he's an Ufu. He's got a beard. He might be an Ufu. You never know. Bearded folks may be Ufus, even though I see 0 beards on the rest of them. So one way or another, folks, this Rey team is going to go on defense. People are going to use Seer Malicos every time and just torch this team, except for that one time that you feel awesome because your opponent did something fairly dumb, like targeting Ezra early on, and they'll lose, and you'll be like, that was worth it. That was so good. It was the best. Now, here's another decision you have to make, folks, and unfortunately, I erred on the side of boring. The Mon Mothma team with Pow is really fun right now. You can delete a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of cool things with that squad, and you could kill Galactic Leia. You can kill Leia teams. You could do a lot of cool stuff, but you don't need it, in my opinion. I don't think you're gonna need it. So instead, be boring and put Pow with Leia and make your opponents curse your name as much as you can. Captain Rex enhances the squad quite a bit. Yes, you can use Phoenix to kill the Inquisition squads, though Inquisition already loses to the fish, so you don't really need Phoenix, and plus Phoenix just auto loses to the new Inquisition, Inquisitor, whatever his name is. Of course, if your opponent has that guy, he probably has Balin as well, in which case you're probably going to see him on the Balin teams instead of Inquisition teams. Fairly remarkable insight, I realize. Now, if you do that, the cool thing is then you get a really nice fully loaded Saw Gerrera team. Fully loaded, I mean, relatively speaking, like Baze is still pretty good there. Kyle is good if you make him fast. Luthen can make him faster if you put an Omicron on him. If you don't, then you're a prude. No, honestly, this team will do okay on like people will just kill it with like CLS maybe sometimes. If you have some way to stop CLS, then I guess you're good. I don't know. CLS might not be able to do it without the old set 16 nonsense that was going on. So I'm gonna put this on defense. We're gonna see how it goes. But that only works if you don't use Mothra, because otherwise Mothma probably wants Kyle Katarn on that team. She definitely wants Luthen. I just err on the side of boring, guys. That's what GAC is these days. Yay! Yay for the boring. Now, you don't need the zombie brothers. I think this is the best version currently. That at least that's what a lot of people have said. This is the best version of the Great Mothers. And a lot of people, I don't have her bespoke cron, folks. I don't have it. Unfortunately, that's fine. This team is going to be best on defense. It'll get killed by your opponent, Supreme Leader Kylo, because they'll have watched our offensive team's video, I'm sure. But if you don't have the Zombros farmed yet, which is understandable, or Morgan, or Great Mothers, I mean, if you don't have them farmed, then I guess don't put the team down. But otherwise, you could just put 2 other just random other nice sisters. Just be sure not to put the ones that I said to use on the Supreme Leader Kylo team, or you'll be absolutely screwed. Now, we do have General Skywalker on defense because we all need a generic enemy sometimes, and he's the man for the job. Everyone knows how to beat him at this point, but he can still sometimes surprise you by stunning them with using a special. It'll be amazing. The big thing about using this team on defense, folks, is that it'll save you several banners. If you try to use it on offense, you're going to hemorrhage banners, and I think this season might turn into kind of an efficiency season, unfortunately, and you need the banners you can get, guys. This doesn't have banner regeneration unless you get lucky enough to kill them all once General Skywalker stands up, having, therefore, regenerated 1 protection banner for you. So don't hold your breath, or if you really want to use them on offense, I guess do hold your breath, and then maybe you'll have passed out and you'll have placed them on defense and it'll have saved you banners. That'll be nice. We also have Luke Skywalker and his band of Wookiees and Wookiee affiliates. So they can be on defense, I guess, because what are they going to kill on offense at this point, guys? I used to use this squad as the example of, look at how they've kind of just kept growing this team and kept it relevant, and it's still good, and sometimes it still is, depending on the datacron, but this team doesn't have like a ton of stuff that's going to kill it on defense. You could put the Merc Cron on so that Han just always stuns people, which is cute, if not super effective. Or you could just break the team up. You could throw C-3PO with like Jedi Master Kenobi, or you could put him with Leia. A lot of people want the Goldenrod, actually. And like Han and Chewie are incidentally useful. Other places, I guess. Commander Luke, unfortunately, is less and less exciting, but that's what you gonna do about it. We have frogs, who incidentally are a much stronger team than like the heroes from the movies. I mean, to be fair though, only 2 out of these 5 actually got medals, so they're not all the heroes. Anyways, the frogs, they do okay on defense, I'm hoping. I mean, they could probably kill stuff on offense, but what are you gonna kill? Like, you have so much stuff for offense, guys. Like, put the frogs on defense. Give your opponent the satisfaction of frying the most annoying team in the game. And, you know, maybe they'll take it easy on you if they've been able to sate their battle lust with Slake. Their battle lust with these. Slake is such a creepy word, dear lord. I don't ever want to say that again. I feel uncomfortable. We have Queen Amidala here. I think this is my favorite version of Queen Amidala, just because of the last time we did 5v5, and everyone said that they thought I was real dumb for putting this team on defense, because they were just going to use what team. I forget even what team it was, but it wasn't. It was like some really gimmicky like sortie squad. That didn't work all the time because Echo and Shaak Ti just shut it down like really hard, and even though that team, the gimmicky team, doesn't exist anymore, I still like Echo with Shaak Ti, just because Shaak Ti gains a lot of turn meter when your guys get hit. And so she jumps out way ahead on the turn meter train. Then she hands a turn immediately to Echo, because she just hands a turn to to another clone on the team. And then Echo gets to debuff people, and it's just a mess. No, the debuffs don't directly feed your offensive output with this squad, but it does do some pretty gross things to your opponent's ability to survive. So it should work okay, in theory. I mean, it's not going to be a world beater. I'm sure people will come up with some really clever stuff to be able to beat this team, aka like just using Bane probably works, but sometimes maybe this will stop it, sometimes it won't. Sounds like a song. Let's move right along. Which also sounded like a song because it rhymed. We have Qui-Gon here. Nothing crazy. Mace isn't really needed anywhere else, so you can throw him on the squad. Kelleran Beck wishes he could be the lead, but this is GAC, and Qui-Gon still gets the nod. And Kelleran Beck can sometimes be in he could be the fifth wheel, I guess. Okay, so here's the annoying squad that I said that Dengar could be on. He gets bonus turns every time your opponent goes, and Admiral Trench can keep them, like, it's an annoying enough team that I think the Trench squad could probably take advantage of Dengar just taking a lot of turns in the midst of the chaos that Trench creates, so have fun with that, I suppose. Seems duly annoying. Like, people are gonna freak out. Are they gonna use like a really weird team that just doesn't work? And you're gonna profit from that. You're gonna screenshot it. You'll be like, what an idiot my opponent is. They actually lost to Trench. Even though Trench is underrated by almost everyone, he's still, he gets hold because he's underrated, I guess. But one way or another, throw him on the Spider team, I guess, or throw him on another team. I don't care, man. He seems irritating. Here's the Finn Zori team. They do stuff on defense. They probably just lose a lot. I mean, make your hero Finn fast enough so he doesn't get outsped. Like, mine is 360, so plus 35, he's like 395. Like, most things are gonna outspeed that. So, good luck, I suppose. I mean, if they use a Trooper squad, they could probably do it. Or like an Afra squad will probably do it. Like, this team is pretty vulnerable, and it actually has some legs on offense. In fact, if you want to go that route, I'm not gonna blame you, but we all need things on defense. And this is the kind of squad that people underestimate and lose to pretty consistently, so probably worth it. You can make your hero Finn really fast and benefit. Oh, you guys, could you even see the speed there? Oh, you could. Okay, good. I'm glad my bragging didn't go to waste. We have Traya here. Have you ever done something like just pretty stupid just because you for some reason wanted to? I threw the Omicron on Talon. There's no Talon why I did that, but I did. So let's hope she does well on defense. It does well on offense, but again, we all need teams on defense. You can throw this team, like, if you don't have a use for Lord Vader or Sid the Eternal Emperor, you can throw her with them either as the lead or as the co-chair of the assignment. So one way or another, this team is decent on defense, I suppose. If you really wanted to be an overachiever, you could give Savage a ton of protection modding, but I'm not an overachiever. And instead, I'll just get deleted by Gidmate teams all day. Look at all that health. He should have lots of protection, but he doesn't. Malgus, again, good on offense. Oh, you guys can't see him. Good on offense. Is he necessary on offense? I don't know. The question that you need to ask yourself is, does he need the tank revive Kron for Darkseid, or does he want to have the thing that gives him a ton of bonus health for Darkseid because it's a 5v5 match and he's getting like 75% bonus health, which increases his hitting power by a ton, which maybe makes it so that he destroys your opponent before they can, kill him the first time, so he doesn't need a revive. Or maybe you need the revive. I don't know I don't know your life. So anyways, he seems good on defense or offense. Seems annoying. If you have the revive thing, like Jedi Cal teams aren't gonna beat him, whatever. Probably, sometimes. And then if you're just like the most desperate ever, I guess you could throw Tuskens on defense. You're not fooling anyone. They're not gonna do much. They'll just sit there and hit people, and I guess that's okay if you're into that sort of thing. That's more of a desperation heave. Like, you could just equally, like, very similarly effective. You could just throw some Ewoks on there and call it good. So, anyways, those are the defensive teams, guys. Those are your defensive assignments. I hope that they're helpful. I hope that you watch the offensive teams video as well. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. And I hope you do too. Take care, folks.